Hello. Hi, guys. Um, yeah. Today, I did not realize I was going to be going live until earlier on. I looked back at the poll and it was meant to be tomorrow, is what I thought, because it was tied today and tomorrow. Hello and welcome to the channel. um, but yeah, I looked at it today and it then said today was the highest, and I think a couple of people must have voted on it since I looked at it a couple of hours ago. And yeah, that's the reason why I was like, I'll do it today. I'll do it today. I'll get ready quick. So yeah, hello. I hope you're doing really well, and hope you've had a good day. Let me know what you've been doing today, because I have been trying to sort out an edit. I've been doing some audio works for some like audio books and stuff, so I've been trying to get that done. My voice isn't great today, because I was planning on resting it tonight, doing some editing, getting an early sleep, and then tomorrow being on it, and then doing the stream in the evening. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a good thing that I'm doing it today, because then that way. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you can hear me. I'm just going to check if I can hear myself on here. I can. I can hear myself. There you go. Yeah. How has everybody? What have you been doing? What have you been getting up to? Have you been watching the updates and stuff for the Doctor Who collection, and not just for Doctor Who? Have you been looking at the movie news? Have you seen the trailer for Hello Tomorrow? I want to say it's called. Yeah, Hello Tomorrow. It's like a 1950s thing. Oh, hi, John. You're right. Yeah, I do audiobooks as well. So I do not on here though. I do it on a. It's actually a separate channel. Um, but I do. If I can get the words into my brain, I also do freelance, doing audiobooks and video editing. So I use my voice. Yeah. So yeah, that's just something else I do. But I haven't really said anything on here about it, just because. Yeah, I didn't think you guys would be interested, because I talk about films and stuff on here. Um, yeah. How are you, John? Anyway, how's things with you? Today I saw the Hello Tomorrow trailer this morning and fell in love. It looks awesome. It's basic. If you don't know, it's a 50s inspired. Thank you, John. You say nice, great voice. Um, yeah, it does look amazing, doesn't it? Sorry, there's probably a bit of a lag. Yeah, it looks incredible. It's like the 50s futuristic. It's almost like the technology of the 50s, what they expected the future to look like. Sort of the Jetsons with flying cars and stuff, and it looks great. So I'm thinking I might bring it to the channel once it's out. But I don't want to overload the channel with shows more than films, because I've been doing that quite a bit lately, because I've got The Last of Us, I've got Doctor Who, I've got Goosebumps, which ironically I've been voicing some Goosebumps audiobooks as well. And yeah, so I've been watching a few of those on here, but I'm going to be cutting those out soon. So I've got Say Cheese and Die and Say Cheese and Die Again, and also the Welcome to Camp Nightmare Part 2, which is coming out. I think that's the video I'm going to be putting out tomorrow, which I know isn't a huge one for people, because people don't tend to like the Goosebumps ones as much. But that's got to go out because it's done, and it's been done for like a month and a half now, and I've just been putting off putting it out. So you'll see when it goes out, if you do watch it, that do they live on the moon in Hello Tomorrow? Do you know what? Yeah, I wasn't sure either, because in the I'll get onto that in a second. I'll quickly finish the thing about Goosebumps in case you're wondering, because my brain doesn't remember things sometimes. So the Goosebumps thing, yeah, that part 2 is going to be coming out tomorrow. And due to it not getting that many views for like even part 1, that's the reason why I thought, you know what, there was a couple that was requested a little while ago, which was Say Cheese and Die part 1 and 2. So I'll do those, and then I'll put the series to the side, and I'll just focus on Doctor Who. For now, it'll be The Last of Us until I think there's like 9 episodes of those till they go out, and then I'll move on and do something else. I do also want to look at The Devil's Hour as well, because I've yet to watch that, and it looks incredible, and it's Peter Capaldi, one of my favourite doctors as well. So that's what I'm going to get around to. The On the Moon thing, though, with Hello Tomorrow, I wondered that, but at the same time, part of me was thinking, is he saying that the program that not the TV show itself, but the program that he's talking about and trying to put across to people, is that to live on the moon? Is that the thing? Because you see a spaceship at one point, but it lands. It doesn't take off for the moon. It's landing. So I don't know if maybe they are on the moon by part of the film or part of the TV show. It also looks like it should be a film, not a TV show. So, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see where they go with it. That one looks good, and so does... I don't remember the name of it. It reminds me of Get Out, but it's not that. Let me have a look, see what it's called. Oh, I think it's called... hang on, I looked at the trailer this morning, so it'll be on my history. Presumably. Yeah, today I was like, I'll go live. That. Because I wanted to have a chat with you guys to just to talk about film and catching up, and what do you think to The Last of Us, because I don't get a chance to speak to people usually. It's just me nattering to a camera and then getting your comments, which I do really need to reply to the comments, and I'm very sorry I haven't had a chance to reply yet. I've just been so busy with work and extra stuff, and yeah, I get around to practically, because I'm editing these videos any spare moment I get, so I'm doing that and uploading them, and if I see a comment whilst I'm on YouTube, I try to reply back, but yeah, I don't always get a chance to reply to them. The other TV show was something. What was it? The Strays. That was it. Oh, sorry, itchy nose. Yeah, The Strays. It looks really good. It's kind of like a Get Out thing where she sees someone's always staring at her in a conversation or something. If you've not seen the trailer, John, check it out. I think you'll like it. If you like that kind of eerie, horror-y type stuff. I think it's horror anyway. It's sort of like a thriller. You love science fiction. Your favourite reaction of mine was Fantastic Voyage. Thank you. That was genuinely one of my favourite ones to watch. That one, 2001, the Andromeda Strain. Those older ones are huge favourites of mine to watch, as in for the first time. But they were huge favourites of mine to have done, and I've really enjoyed watching them. Like, having not seen them before, the idea behind Fantastic Voyage was so well executed in the film, and I had no idea it was about people being shrunk into a human body. I thought it was about a voyage to outer space or something. I wasn't entirely sure until we got into it, and then when he said about the shrinking, I was like, oh, that's the premise. Okay, and I like it. Funnily enough, I was watching an abandoned video yesterday, because I like watching things about abandoned places, because I do photography as well. That's another thing I do. I know, man of too many things. But I was watching this thing, and they were talking about the Disneyland ride or Disney World. I think it was Disneyland ride called Body Wars, and it's basically Fantastic Voyage as a ride, where you travel in a little mini ship, and obviously you get shrunk down, and you travel through the bloodstreams of people and that kind of thing. Yeah. You haven't seen... You're going to check out Strays. I think you'll like it. It's an odd one. I would show you a bit of it on here, but I don't know about copyright. But I could bring up an image of the Strays. But I'm sure you'll check it out. It's probably easy just checking out the trailer, because it's really good, and it's hard to display it in an image. You haven't seen Last of Us though. Go ahead with spoilers. I know about the mushroom people. I love that. Yeah, I won't give away spoilers because I know there's people that haven't watched it yet. Annoyingly, I've seen both episode. I saw episode one. I know my reaction's only just gone out, but I saw episode one the day it was released, and I filmed it, and then I had it edited only by a couple of days ago, and it annoyed me. Oh, that was it. I got it finished the night before episode 2 released, and it annoyed me, just for me, because I was like, no, I want to get this out. I want to get it out in the first week. But yeah, with everything else, I was trying to put out Avatar, and then I was trying to get out Doctor Who as well, and trying to keep up that rhythm of uploads without putting one after another straight, either on the same day or the next day, because then that just ruins the annoying algorithm. So, yeah. And due to me moving shortly, I don't know if you know this, John, I'm going to be moving shortly from the place I'm in now to back to my cottage. And yeah, when I move, I need things to still be, in a sort of a rough schedule. So I'm aiming for 2 to 3 days per upload, and I've recorded tons, tons and tons over the last couple of weeks, which is great. So I've got a new series coming onto the channel, which is going to be Our Flag Means Death. It's a comedy series. It's got Reese. Let me just look it up because for the life of me, I can't remember their names. I'm really sorry. Our Flag Means Death. It's a brilliant show, and I've watched 5 episodes of that so far. But again, because it just takes a billion years to edit these things, I just haven't edited them yet. So it's got Reese Darby and Taika Waititi in it. Fantastic program though. Came out in 2022. It's a show about pirates. It's a comedy show about pirates, and I keep calling it Monty Pirates because it is very Monty Python-esque, I want to say a little bit. So yeah, that's going to come to the channel, as well as The Last of Us, and I've watched tons of Doctor Who. I've done the entire series of, where have I got up to? Marco Polo. I've done the whole Marco Polo storyline, and I'm at the end of it now. And I was editing one earlier today. I was editing alongside recording an entire audiobook that was like a choose your own adventure, and oh my god, it was such a pain. Watched the whole thing. It goes in an unexpected direction, which I loved. The trailer for The Strays, yeah, it does. It starts out like this drama, this mum who's taking like her kids to school and stuff, and then all of a sudden it just veers in this kind of Get Out direction where, yeah, it's just really eerily weird. Have you also seen, I don't know if many people have seen this, Behind Her Eyes? It's a BBC programme. Bloomin' brilliant. If I hadn't already seen it, I would react to it on the channel, but I've seen it, and I love that show. I've seen it twice through now, because I watched it by myself, and then I watched it with my ex, and absolutely loved it. Yeah, that's it. that was what I had. Doctor Who, though, I'm planning on, the reason I've watched so much, so I've watched the second episode, obviously, of Last of Us. I've watched a ton of Doctor Who. I've also watched Good Will Hunting, which is coming to the channel, because I hadn't seen that before. And I've also watched, which is another sci-fi one, which John, you might like, is Forbidden Planet. I watched Forbidden Planet 3 days ago, I think it was, or 4 days ago, and absolutely loved it. Leslie Nielsen was amazing, and I didn't know that was his first film that he'd ever done, which threw me, because he was so good in it, and it seemed like it was a, he'd been in a lot since before then. So yeah, it was good. I got to a stage earlier when I was thinking, oh my god, what do I talk about on the stream? Because I tend to, I would have preferred to have got the message out before. That's the reason why tonight I was going to message out about tomorrow's live stream and get it all set up and done. And I then went to put the message out and realised that it was today that I was going to be doing it. And I went, oh my god, panicked. Panic. And yeah. But I'm here. I am here now. Kind of relaxed. Kind of on edge. Yeah, so Forbidden Planet. Brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, that'll be coming this... so I'm planning on Good Will Hunting. I haven't even started editing it yet. That does need to be edited ASAP. Because that should have gone up this week. Should have gone up this week. And Avatar should have gone up the end of last week. But because of them taking on, all of a sudden, I just took on The Last of Us, I thought, I'm not going to be able to get... Because The Last of Us isn't a short show. Each episode is an hour and 20 minutes or something. So that's pretty much a film. Because if you take Forbidden Planet, that's, what, an hour and a half long? So that's 10 minutes longer than that. So I absolutely loved Forbidden Planet, though. The soundtrack was beautiful. The fact that it was just noise. It was just scientific, like sci-fi noises. And that was it. And I guessed what the creature was. Yeah, it seems like you've seen Forbidden Planet. So, I'm going to say it. So, yeah, I guessed that the id, the monster from the id, was him, his mind. Or I thought it was either him or his daughter's mind. And I went, I wonder if it's them. And that was some way into the film. I think it was because he was sleeping and you see the monster. And then the girl's away when the other monster's there. And I went, oh, I wonder if it's their brains. I wonder if it's them. And yeah. Again, I don't want to give too much away in case people haven't seen it. But yeah. I kind of have just given it away there. By the way, I've got coffee in case you want to join me with the coffee. But yeah. Probably not the greatest time to have coffee, but I've been drinking it lately. So, and I had a terrible sleep last night, which was again one of the reasons I thought I'll go live tomorrow, because I had such a bad sleep. Oh. What have you been watching lately, John? What have you been checking out? And yeah, so are you subscribed to me for the sci-fi stuff, for the older sci-fi stuff? I know it was a lot. I did a live, so I'm planning on doing a live every month. And I have thought, do I bring it to the Patreon page or to here? And I thought, no, I'll bring it on here for now, just so I can have a nice catch up with everybody. And not everybody wants to be part of the Patreon, so it gives you guys a chance to interact with me live. And then I might do some at some point specifically for Patreon. I don't know yet. Yes, was that? I think the yes was to. That's why you subscribed for the Fantastic Voyage. Amazing. So yeah, because there's a lot of people I've noticed that since doing Fantastic Voyage and doing 2001 Andromeda Strain, since doing those two, I seem to have a lot of people that like the older sci-fi, or the older films anyway. I don't know if it's because they're the older films or because they're sci-fi. What is the draw for you? It's handy to be able to ask someone, because obviously when I do these, I have a ton on my list that are older films, and I don't always have a chance to watch them, and I would only specifically watch those, but there's a few things that I've been wanting to watch that obviously aren't older, like for instance The Last of Us, and it's a newer show, so it's nice to bring those as well. And I've got some newer films. There's quite a few newer films on the list, like Ford versus Ferrari, which I haven't seen. All of the films on the list basically I haven't seen. The only one I have is Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I watched it when it came out, and I've pretty much forgotten it since then, so that I've got to watch at some point. Yes. You believe the Forbidden Planet monster was hand drawn by Disney Animators? Yes, I found this out whilst I was doing the trivia at the end, and I had no idea. Yeah, apparently MGM, or I think it was MGM that did it. They loaned him out from Disney at the time because they weren't specifically going under, but something like they got rid of their animators by that point for some reason or another. Maybe because they were not so much going out of business, but they were losing money. So they, for some reason, got rid of animators or artists and whatever, and they hired him in, or they just hired him in because they didn't have any. I'm not entirely sure which one, but the Time Machine 1960. Yes, the Time Machine is. Sure, I'm going to go through my list and let you know what I've got on the list, so you can either jump for joy or go, oh, okay. So I've written this. It's a massive list of films. I've got like a section which is requests, a few that are my own that I'd like to watch myself, and a bunch of TV shows as well. The shorter one is the TV shows, so I'll quickly mention the TV shows because so you sort of know the things that I'm planning. So I'm going to watch The Strays when that does come out. I'm going to check that out because I wanted to watch the House one that just came out. You know, the is it called The Stranger, I think? And I watched that by myself in the end, and that was just before or just after I started the channel, and I hadn't really brought TV shows to the channel. It was mainly just film. But I'm going to bring that to the channel potentially. Then I've got Hello Tomorrow. I'm going to bring to the channel. Only Murders in the Building. I started to watch that myself, and funnily enough, before I started this channel, the previous channel I was on, I did a couple of reactions for that channel, but I never posted them. So I'm probably going to do a rewatch at some point of those two, one specific, the first episode, because I can't remember what happened in it, and I wasn't happy with the way I did the video, so I'm just going to redo it. Then A Cabinet of Curiosities. I've been that series because I loved it, but it wasn't doing very well on the channel. Nobody was really enjoying it, so I just decided to just cut it. Goosebumps, same for that. Doctor Who, people seem to love it, so I'm going through the old stuff at the moment, which is good because I've not seen any of it. The Devil's Hour, that one I really want to see, so I thought I might as well bring it to the channel. The Twilight Zone, I love the Twilight Zone. I've not seen many episodes, so that's my plan as well, at some point to bring those. The originals, I love the new series, but the originals are the better ones. Night Gallery was then a follow-up from Twilight Zone. Severance is another TV show, I want to say, that apparently is odd, I think. So I might bring that to the channel as well. Those are those. I'm just going to quickly go through the chat in case, because I think I've missed some bits. Martin! Hello, Uncle Martin. How are you? Sounds like I'm saying Uncle Martin. Hello, Uncle Martin. That might be a bit weird. Yeah, I think it's a bit weird. You're enjoying your coffee with me, John. It's good to... What have you got in? I've got coffee and a little bit of honey in there just because of the audio book recording earlier. My throat is shot today. It's really tickly at the back. And it doesn't help having long COVID. So it's, really doesn't help with having long days and editing hours. You also love the old sci-fi and fantasy. Mysterious Island. Again, you know what, that's one I don't think is on the list. Let me just go through the chat and then I will check out my list of the old movies that I said about. Thank you, Martin. Enjoying my reactions so far. The Andromeda Strain was worth the wait. Yay! I really enjoyed the Andromeda Strain. Although I watched that. Must have been, what was it, like a month before I actually posted it, and I felt bad that it's been so long since it had been requested, so I thought, you know what, that's one that needs to be watched. Same with Forbidden Planet. I've watched that now. That has yet to be brought to the channel, and I've got severe palpitations. That is not good. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, so that's brought to the channel now. There's a few more that have been requested. So I'm trying to go through them in order, and I'll tell you the list in a minute, but yeah. The Andromeda Strain was worth the wait. Looking forward to Forbidden Planet now. Doctor Who is good. Yeah. So I'm editing a Doctor Who episode now. Just my idiotic mistake was, I don't know if you realise this, so I watched the episode that I'm editing now. I watched before The Survivors, which was the one that's already been posted. I watched it in the wrong order. I don't know why, but I watched it in the wrong order. I was watching the one that I'm doing now, which is called The Escape, going, why are the Daleks now randomly in it? What? How did Susan get away from them? How did, all these questions? And I thought, they just did a bit of a time jump to give us a bit of mystery. And then I realised that I'd skipped an episode because I was looking at IMDb and it didn't say that there was another one in between either. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. You enjoy the older sci-fi stuff for the practical effects, stop motion animation, fantastic scores. Yes, that was one thing. I did not mention it. So I noticed So I went to see Megan the other day in the cinema, and I meant to check this out afterwards. I was going to do a review for Megan, and I thought, do you know what? I'm not sure. I loved the film, and I thought I thought it was hilarious. It was a great comedy at the same time as being a horror, even though I don't think it was meant to be a comedy at all. But it was funny. But there was a scene in it that looks like it's been stop motion animated. And if you guys have seen it, it was the scene, I won't give away the scene, but it was at the end and there was a big robot. That was what I'm going to say. It looks like it's stop motion animated. Yeah, but I know the robot is real in the house, but because you do see it at some point, but that in that specific scene, it looks like it's been stop motion animated. I don't know if it was. I feel like I'm really bad at conversating today. Conversating? I think that's a word. Yeah, it's only just because I've been thrown into quickly getting ready for doing it because I felt like, oh my god, I've not got much time. I'm so sorry. The scores though. The older sci-fi, the scores are superb. The animation stuff is just great. Like even when I watched 2001: Space Odyssey, you have heard my gushing over the sets and stuff that were created with the little spaceships. Absolutely adored them, and it was one of my favourite bits of the film. That and the incredible cinematography was just mind blowing. Yes to the original Twilight Zone. Yes! In that case, we are bringing it. So when I was watching... what did I watch? I was watching something and it made me think of... I think it was when I was watching Forbidden Planet. I think. Yeah. When I was watching Forbidden Planet, there was a bit in it that made me remember... I'm just going to pause myself on this screen because it's throwing me off whenever I'm talking. I can see myself moving. But it's like me from 2 minutes ago. So hopefully it doesn't stop the chat. But when I was watching, I think it was Forbidden Planet, there was a scene in it, or something in it, or someone in it. That was it. It was the guy. You know the guy who plays the chef in Forbidden Planet? He's from the very first Twilight Zone episode. He's the guy who goes into the town where there's nobody there. I forgot what it's called. Is it the town of no one? Or everybody's gone? Or I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, that one. He's the guy from that. And I kept looking at him in the film and I'm going, where the heck have I seen him before? Where the heck have I seen... Yeah, Dudley... No, that wasn't the guy I was thinking. Sorry. I was going to say, Dudley Simpson is the guy, but no, it's not. What is his name? Hang on. Twilight Zone, first episode. Where is everybody? That's what it's called. And the guy in it is... Oh, by the way, I love Rod Sterling. He is amazing. And so... I think I've said this to you guys before. I do radio. And for my Halloween radio shows, I have part of my original beginning of it. The opening jingle is Rod Sterling. I've ripped his voice from the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. There's a bit where he's talking. There's no music or anything, and I've taken it from that. And I just love his voice. We're going into the Twilight Zone. Trying to remember the guy's name. You've already probably put it in the chat. Earl Holliman, that's it. Thank you very much. Yeah, he was in... he was in Fantastic Voyage too. He was? Earl Holliman. This is going to blow my mind if he's in Fantastic Voyage as well. Unless you did mean the other one. Did you meant the other one, Forbidden Planet? Yeah. Yeah, it threw me when he was there, because I was going, who is this guy? I know him from somewhere. Where the heck have I seen him? I thought he was from Back to the Future or something. And then, ironically, the first episode, Where Is Everybody, of Twilight Zone, is set. The setting of the village, of the town, is the backlot where Back to the Future was filmed. It is Hill Valley. And, yeah, just it all came together when I was reading the trivia at the end. I went, oh my god. Then I even spoke about Back to the Future at some point, either in the film or at the end of the film, and I spoke about Twilight Zone quite a few times, mentioning things in the film that reminded me of Twilight Zone, etc., etc., and it all just kind of merged together, and I went, this is so weird. No, it's okay, that's alright, John. I do that, to be fair. I'll mix them up, and I keep doing it when I go to mention Forbidden Planet. I keep saying Fantastic Voyage, because they're not similar, but they seem similar by name. Going back up to what you said earlier about, I think you will enjoy Severance. I don't want to give a thing away. Just jump in. Okay. I've been told it's really good, and I'm not gonna look up what it is. I'm just gonna look up the very minor premise for it. American science fiction psychological thriller series. That was it. The picture that I saw when someone told me about the show, the picture I saw was the guy's head open with him working at a desk onside it. That was what got me into it, wanting to watch it. Yeah. That is all I wanted to know. There was one a little while ago, actually, which was really intriguingly done, but I can't remember what it was called. And that was really good, and it reminds me of the same sort of thing. I'm being very vague with all these things. Apologies. My niece's daughter wrote me a letter that started with, "Dear Uncle Martin." Wait, so is that why it's Uncool Martin? That is hilarious that I said that, and and that's why it's called Uncle Martin. I love that so much. Kinkle 19th. Kinkle? I'm doing it now. It's like Harvey Kinkle from from Sabrina the Teenage Witch from years ago. Yeah, King Kong 1933. Love that film. All that stop motion animation work is gold. I've not seen King Kong from 1933, so that is what I was going to do. I'm going to write down some of these things. I think I've got Mysterious Island, I think, is on my list. I'm going to swing the list over on the computer without anything coming out weird. And then I'm going to tell you what is going on with it. And I now can't see the chat because I've done that. That's not helpful at all. That'll have to do. There you go. So I've got Another one I've not seen. The Great Escape. That tune reminded me of a tune that I know is in The Great Escape. I think, anyway. Oh no, I'm thinking of The Italian Job. Yeah. Self-Preservation Society. And there's the Self-Preservation Society. Don't want to get this video monetized or whatever if I sing too much. You've not got to Dudley Simpson's score for Doctor Who yet. Is he the guy that did the 80s score for Doctor Who? Because I did think, and I mentioned this in one of the reactions, but I'm probably going to cut it out of the edit because it was at the end when I was mentioning it. I was thinking there was a video done of how they created the 80s theme of Doctor Who. When I get around to watching the 80s Doctor Who episodes, would you like me to watch that? Because I don't know how they made it. And I think it would be really interesting to watch it. I might do it. I might not. It's not a film. It's not a TV show. It's just a random video online. So it's going to be a weird video if I do it. Yeah, so some of the list I've got, I'll tell you the... What would you prefer? Would you prefer me to go through a list of my requests that I've had, so you kind of know roughly what's going to come up, or would you rather me go through my list of things that the order that I'm thinking of going in for things? What would you prefer? Let me know. DJ, hello, by the way. I'm so sorry that it was you that messaged it. I thought, because I read Uncle Martin before it, I thought it was Martin that said it, so apologies. Hello, DJ, and I hope you're doing very well. Have you seen the original 1951 Day the Earth Stood Still? No, that is on my list, actually. I'll go through the requests, because there's a few. I'll mention the old sci-fi ones that I know that are old sci-fi. So I've got Inner Space. Still got to watch that. That's from 1987. I'll tell you what, I'm going to reel off which ones I've got here, and then you can cipher out which ones you're thinking of. Which ones you like the sound of. I've got Afterlife, as in not the show, the Goosebumps, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Obviously, that's not old. Back to the Future 2 and 3. I'm going to watch those, but I'm planning on leaving those because obviously I've seen Back to the Future 2 and 3. I'm planning on leaving those until Back to the Future Day, and then doing it around the same time, which is November, I think, or something. And then I'm also going to re-release the one I've done already, the reaction I've done for number 1, but I'm going to release the longer version of it because I've still got the original file, and I made a longer version, but then I deleted it, so I've got to remake it because that one was a very short reaction. Inner Space, that was requested. Stigmata, again, some of these aren't going to be sci-fis. Doctor Who Earthshock, that's in with the Doctor Who series, so that will come out in roughly the right order of the episodes with the films, etc. Defending Your Life, Good Will Hunting, already watched that, that's coming to the channel soon. True Romance, Dead Again, Amadeus, Tarzan's Secret Adventure, Journey to the Centre of the Earth is one that I know a lot of people wanted to see. I think Dudley did... I'm just reading what Bin's put. Hello, by the way. Hello, Binro. There you go. The Mask of Zorro. That is a great request because I have not seen that either. That is going on the list. I'm going to put all of these on the list just really quickly. The ones that you've mentioned to me, guys. Going back. Mysterious Island. Because I think I've got these on the list. That's why I was going through it. So Fantastic Voyage Destination Brain is the book, I think. And that's on the list so that I can read it because I've not read that yet. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. The Time Machine. That is the one you said about. The older one, the 1960s, I think that is the one. Brian's mentioned that. Oh god. Oh, now yawning. Sorry. Brian's mentioned it, and now John has as well. Honey Blow Up the Kid, Forbidden Planet. Obviously, I've seen it. Quatermass in the Pit, The Belko Experiment, Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. My throat is starting to go. Colossus, the Forbidden Project. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Ice Cold in Alex. I'd not heard of that. This Island Earth. 2010, the year we make contact, which is obviously the follow-up to 2001 A Space Odyssey. I only found that out because I watched the trailer and it looks stunning, so I'm hoping it's a good follow-up. The Satan Bug, A New Leaf, The Equalizer, Logan's Run. That is, I've got that ready to watch, so that will be coming at some point, hopefully. Flash Gordon, The Time Travelers, Christmas Vacation. Again, these are going into Christmas ones as well because I was asked for these as well, so I've left them in there. Planes, Trains and Automobiles. I'm doing that for Thanksgiving because apparently it's a Thanksgiving film. I didn't think it was, but Gone Fishing, Unaccompanied Minors. It's a film. Dog Soldiers, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Maddie, A Big Happy Family, The Bishop's Wife, Christmas in Connecticut. There's a couple more. The Great Escape, The Flight of the Phoenix, The Omega Man, The Wicker Man, Death Race 2000. That's Death Race 2000. Where did I get to? Time After Time, The Last Chase, Escape from New York. I've not seen any of these. Ford versus Ferrari, Train to Busan, Silent Running, The Picture of These are all my requests, by the way. The Picture of Dorian Grace, Death of a Scoundrel, Fahrenheit 451. I think that's a film. Planet of the Apes, THX 1138, Our Flag Means Death, which I'm watching, and I Am Mother. There you go. That's my list. So Mysterious Island is not on there, but I thought it had crashed then. I was like, no, don't crash on me. Mysterious Island. So I'm basically writing down the film and then who's requested it. So thank you for joining me, by the way, guys. Having had this as the only, other than the first one I've done, this is the second live stream I've done. So kind of new to doing it. I've done Twitch live streams where I've gamed before, and that's it. And obviously I do live radio, but that's it. Other than that, let me have a look. King Kong, that was it. King Kong. I will read the chat in a second. DJ said that. Thank you very much, DJ. I'm calling you DJ. I'm hoping you don't mind. Original King Kong is a must. In that case, I will do it. I will do it. It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine. Don't know why I did a Wayne's World. By the way, is there a Wayne's World 2? Someone told me the other day there was a Wayne's World 2. I've not seen Wayne's World 2 or Bill and Ted 2. I've seen Bill and Ted 1 and I've seen Wayne's World 1. Not seen the others. If there is another one. Yeah, Day the Earth has stood still though. I think that is on the list. I think. It's not. Why did I think that was on my list? There are a few on here though. Sorry, there are a few which I don't think I've put on here, which they're still on. Do you remember we did a lot on the last live stream? There was a couple of anime ones, and I've never seen any anime. So I took pictures of the other requests that were put into the chat at the time, and they're still on my phone, and I still have yet to switch them to this list. The other ones that I've not seen, I could go through, but it's a heck of a long list. Like James Bond, I've seen the new ones, but I've not seen any of the old ones. Oh, other than a part of GoldenEye, I think, or some like a part of one of the older ones I've not seen. As in, I've not seen any of them other than a part of those. Same with Mission Impossible. I saw number 1. That's it. I've not seen any of the other ones. I didn't even know there were that many until the other day when I was in the cinema and the trailer came out for the new one, and I went, "Which one's this? Is this like the third or whatever?" And then my mate went, "No, that's just like the 50th one that's come out." I had no idea. I'm writing these down. Sorry, guys. I will be with you. I will be with you. So I've just written down Mask of Zorro, Journey to the Center of the Earth, 1955 or 2008. My plan is that if there's ever a newer or an older one, I will always opt, unless I'm asked for, I will always opt for the old one. I much prefer the originals. That is where the story started. That is where we should start with it. Same with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, for instance. Someone asked me for that, and I said, which version would you like me to watch? And I thought they meant the original. Oh God, I've forgotten his name. Gene. I keep want to say Gene Hackman, not Gene Hackman. Gene. Yeah, him anyway. I love him. He is a brilliant actor, and I've yet to see the majority of films that he's been in. I've seen that film, and I've seen the See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I think that's what it's called. And I love that. So I want to see more of his. And his name is in my head. Gene something. Anyway. Yeah, but apparently they want me to react to the newer one. Not his one. They want me to see the newer Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. One of them's called Willy Wonka, one of them's called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. To me, they're interchangeable titles, so yeah. So I'll be reacting to the newer one, which I didn't watch because I didn't think it was going to be that great. And even though I love Johnny Depp, he looked weird in it, and I didn't really enjoy the look of it, so I'll have to see what it's like. Apparently they've added a new storyline of him being a dentist, or someone being a dentist in it, so that's going to be interesting. A slight tangent. When you get to John Pertwee, Doctor Who, look up I Am the Doctor. Pertwee sings the Doctor Who music. Does he? I feel like this is something I need to look up now. I will wait. Does he go like, I am the Doctor? No, that's the X-Files. Wrong theme. I am the Doctor. No. How can that go to the Doctor Who tune? It was me going, I am the Doctor. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle. Started going into Midsummer Murders theme there. There was something I was going to ask you guys the other day. So I love shows, crime dramas. I love crime dramas, and I love Jonathan Creek, for instance. I don't think I've seen all of them, and I thought it would be really cool to do either a live stream or a reaction video or something. I want to do a live stream where we actually physically all watch something together, and you can see my reaction, and we can have a chat about it. Ideally, it would be great to get like a little group thing going together, like a little group video call together, so we can all enjoy it together. But either do something live, or I do a reaction of a crime drama and try and figure out from the beginning who the killer's going to be, and I make notes of these and become, basically we just be detectives watching the program. I thought it was a really cool idea, but it's probably been done, and yeah, there's the idea. See what you think. The idea of the Doctor Who theme being sung though sounds amazing, and I will have to check that out. You might have to remind me, because I think it's going to be a fair while before I get to John Pertwee. Honestly, I do not remember which Doctors are which. I know that William Hartnell is the first Doctor, and even the newer Doctors, I can for the life, other than David Tennant being the 10th Doctor, I forget which one Peter Capaldi is, because the numbers seem to change, and I just know that Tennant is 10 because of Tennant. That's the only reason I know it. But yes to the original Planet of the Apes. Fantastic. Open for 45 requests for that one. So that is John and open for 45 for that one. So I'm trying to label who asked for which one. Which one of you guys asked for one of the other ones I said was already on the list? Was it Journey to the Center of the Earth? I think. Sorry, I'm looking through the chat. Like, back up the chat. So I'm looking very intensely. I don't know. If you knew what it was, let me know, please. If you knew who it was. I think Dudley did the incidental music from 1964 to 1978. The theme up to 1980 was done by Delia Derbyshire. Oh, okay. Well, it might be Dudley, because it was a man that was doing the theme tune, the 80s theme tune video that I saw. I saw the very beginning of it. Can't remember his name, but it was a man doing the theme tune, and apparently he made it. That version of it. And they also speak, because I looked at the comments, they also speak about how they made, I don't know if they show it, but they speak about how they made the TARDIS sound as well, which I know is scraping keys along a piano wire, and that's all I know. So it'd be great to see that kind of thing. So maybe a stream of that at some point or something. I don't know. Yes, the Logan's Run. We'll do that. I'm going back through the same things. Ice Cold and Alex is great. World War II drama. Oh, right, okay. Dog Soldiers. Again, that's not one that I've seen. Was that on the list? I think it was. Dog Soldiers. Yes, it was. Aaron and Michael asked for that. So Martin is on that list as well. It's also funny saying Martin because I get called Martin as well. So there we go. Your name is on there too. Sean Pertwee really looks like his dad. Yeah, I saw this thing a little while ago, which I might have mentioned in the last stream, but people were saying that they really wanted Sean Pertwee to come back. To take on his dad's role and to at least do like an appearance as his dad or something in future episodes, which would be fantastic if he did. But I don't think he would, because I don't think he's interested. DJ, did you say that's fine with me because of what Martin said about Sean Pertwee? (1965s) I've heard this. I want my Dalek, or I want my Xmas with a Dalek. I've heard that, and I've heard Doctor Who. No, is it called Doctor in the TARDIS? Doctor Who, the TARDIS. That is such a great song. That is one of my favourites, and I always play it. It's on my favourites actually on Spotify. Anime movies. Your Name. Ooh, there's some good ones there that I have not seen. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for the anime things, because having not seen any anime at all, it's nice to have some kind of reference. There was a few that I was recommended on the last stream that were ones that were vaguely familiar, like the names sounded familiar, so I think they were more well-known ones. Like, no, I can't remember any of the names now, but yeah, there were ones that were very, very familiar. Gene Wilder, thank you very much for the name. Thank you, because I'm a sausage and I did not remember his name, but Gene Wilder is a genius. Because one of the ones that I've written down as a film that I want to see myself with Gene Wilder is Young Frankenstein. I've not seen it, and apparently it's amazing. So that is on my list. He does the whole Frankenstein. That is all I know. Um, there's a Wayne World. There's a Wayne's World. I can't get my English out today. Been saying there is a Wayne's World 2. How, like, in my life, because I loved Wayne's World 1, how have I not seen Wayne's World 2? I don't understand it. Le Mans 66. Oh, speaking of Le Mans, have you guys seen about the actor? There was an actor that is now a fully fledged racing driver. Weirdly, if you Google it, it doesn't come up with it. And I had to, because I saw the trailer on Christmas Day, I think it was, when I was at my dad's. And it came on the TV as an advert, and I watched the entire thing. And I'm not really a racing person. Like, I play racing games sometimes, but I'm not really into sports at all, as you can probably tell. And so I'm not into racing sports either. I know nothing of it. But watching it, I had this deep appreciation for him doing it, and he is incredible. And so are all the other drivers and racing in general. And I think it's going to be one of my new sports that I kind of like, because I like tennis. I don't really know much about tennis either, but I like watching it. So yeah, I might watch Le Mans, or Le Mans, however you say it. Le Mans. So that is a great one to watch. And of course, I'm a huge fan of Herbie from back in the day as well. A couple of which I've not seen, but, or maybe I have seen them all. I can't remember. Somewhere I have the box set. Don't get me started about the Lindsay Lohan one. It was okay, but no, just no. The originals were great. Gene Wilder was in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, so it must have been Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, yeah, that they'd asked for. Off to go fishing. Sorry, DJ. Have an amazing time. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a wonderful day doing it. You're very, very welcome, and you've probably already gone, so apologies. Perhaps wait on Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka, as Timothy Chalamet is in the... Well, that wasn't because of the noise. That's someone shutting a door. Timothy Chalamet. I know who Timothy Chalamet is, but why? Why is he being Wonka? I mean, out of everybody, out of the more modern actors, I think he could probably pull it off pretty well. He's got Gene Wilder's hair as well, which is great. So I think he'd be really good at it. And I'm hoping that they take it in a different direction from what I've seen of Johnny Depp doing it, which is pretty much the trailer and a picture of him being all, hi! It's not great. But I love him himself. Use the term sings very loosely. It's more like how Shatner sings. Oh, hi. Yeah, I love Shatner. Like, everybody says about Shatner singing, but I like one of his songs, and I can't play it on stream because of copyright, but I can find it. And I'll tell you the name of it. I don't know why I'm thinking of Pure Imagination now, but it's not Pure Imagination. Okay, that's just crashed on me. That's not helpful. William Shatner songs. If I get quieter and quieter, I'm so sorry. It's because my voice is playing up. I didn't know he'd done all of these. I know him doing his comedy takes on songs. I didn't know he actually did sing properly, unless he doesn't. Maybe he just speaks those as well. I know he did a song for Over the Hedge. He spoke on that, and that was an odd one. Rocket Man, that's the one I'm thinking of. Rocket Man is hilarious, but it's great at the same time. And I like that kind of comedy singing. JP was a good singer. John Pertwee? Take it. Yeah, you mean John Pertwee. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Peter Howell, that did the 1980 version of the theme. Okay, so Peter Howell was who I was thinking of, I think. Yeah. I don't know, though. Yes, The Young Frankenstein. Cool. That is on my list of things to watch, so that will be watched at some point, I promise. Also, yes, maybe this Halloween. That is a good shout. So I have to watch all of the other Halloweens because I've seen number 1 and I felt bad because there's a lot of people that watched that reaction and thought I was going to watch the other ones, and I was going to. I just got round to doing it very, very late. Like, got round to watching Halloween for Halloween very late. But my plan was to watch all of the others. Now, there is a lot of others, but I am planning on getting them out sometime in the year, and I probably will be releasing them not at Halloween. They'll be earlier than that, and then my plan was to watch probably one a month or whatever, and then do the last one for Halloween itself. But considering the time is slowly slipping by, or fastly slipping by, and it's taking a while to get these film edits out there because the films do take a hell of a lot longer to do, it probably won't be one a month for those. But I will do them. At some point I will get around to all of these. Same with Bond, same with potentially Star Wars. I haven't seen them, so it's going to be interesting, and I know that people are going to be saying stuff to me about me not knowing information, similar to Doctor Who, because there are some people that mention about me when I watch Doctor Who about not knowing certain bits of information, and I can't help it. I don't know everything about Doctor Who. I know some things, and I appreciate that people are telling me the information, which is what I would prefer. but at the same time, if I don't know it, I don't know it, and be sure to watch the original Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. Thank you. I will, John. I will note that down. That is now on the list. Frankenstein. Yes, so my plan, by the way, for these streams is to do one a month, potentially, in case you didn't hear me earlier saying it. And then maybe at some point we'll do like a special if I hit 1,000 subscribers, which that's my plan. My aim is to get to 1,000 and then build from there. But yeah, when I hit 1,000, I'll do a stream specifically for that as well as the normal one. Where did we get to? Yeah, so that was John for those two. I need to double check who requested Le Mans or Le Mans. Oh yeah, you were talking about the racing actors. Sorry. There's been a number of racing actors: James Garner, Steve McQueen, and Paul Newman, probably the most well known. Yeah. So have they raced in like races, like proper races, or just they race in films to do with racing? Because this guy he's an Irish actor, really well known, and I know he plays in X-Men, I think. X-Men Irish actor. I can't remember his name. But the series on YouTube, Michael Fassbender, which is hilarious because Fassbender sounds like Fast Bender, and he's very fast on the bends. But Michael Fassbender has a series out with Porsche, I want to say it, or Porsche, however you say it. And it's brilliant. It's about him learning to become a race driver and doing the Le Mans 24-hour race thing, and it's incredible, the series. So check it out if you haven't already seen it. You're off to create 661 accounts. Why are you off to Oh, right, to help me get to 1,000 subs. Thank you very much. That's amazing, Martin. I love you. Thank you. Honestly, it's a very. I know. I know. I know. I know you're joking. It's a very nice thought as well. Um, yeah, they actually did real races as well. Oh, I have to check out this stuff. I see. I didn't know that. I knew the only one I've known of is Michael Fassbender, and I wasn't a big fan of racing before I found it out. But I kind of like it. It's it's interesting. Um, so I'm just catching up with the chat. The surprising thing is when the drummer from ABBA did some F1 races. Really? That surprises me. Yeah, I didn't know that either. I've I've really got to look into it. Wonka is supposedly a prequel to the original Roald Dahl book. Oh, which would explain, yeah, his younger. That could work if they do it good. Johnny Depp was great in Sleepy Hollow. Yes, he was. Sleepy Hollow was phenomenal. And again, that was one I was going to do at Halloween. I ended up watching it myself. It's just in the background because I'd seen it, I think, partly before, but never really. No, had I seen it? No, I had seen it. Sorry, no, I had seen it. I hadn't thought I'd seen it at first. If this is making any sense, but after watching about half of the film, I realised I have seen it. Yeah. I think the one thing which I thought I was gonna really like when it came out was what's it called? Wednesday, the TV show, and then after but before it was released, I was really excited for the show because I love the Addams Family and that kind of thing. Then it released, and I had it on my list to watch, not for the channel, but just for me to watch in general. And then everybody, the teen market, just kind of blew up with the show, and it was just everywhere. And I went, probably not going to watch it now. And they just made it this. I don't know. They made it different to what I expected it to be. So yeah, that not specifically for the channel, but I was just talking about things in general, and it reminded me of Sleepy Hollow and Tim Burton, that kind of thing. It reminds me of Wednesday. So many Halloween movies of great varying quality. Yes, I've heard that there are some great, some bad. Same with like Scream. There's some really good ones, some really terrible ones. Again, I've only seen the first Scream. I think I might have seen Scream 2 as well. I've seen Scary Movie. Pretty much all of those, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that thing about the racing, though. That's amazing that they did that. There was something I was going to say to you guys a little while ago about film. To the people that are newer in the chat, have you seen the trailer? Because I've already asked John about this. Have you seen the trailer to Hello Tomorrow? It looks amazing. It's the one trailer over the last few days, other than The Strays, that I've seen the trailer for and gone, that is something that I wish I had seen all my life. A couple other ones. There was a film. The one thing I loved in Wednesday was Thing. Yeah, because it was from what I know, the way they did Thing in Wednesday was a real person. It wasn't CGI. It was a real person. The scars, the finger acting, he stole the show. Yeah, it was someone in a blue suit or something with just that. It was a hand actor or an actor in general, with his hand moving around. Or she. I don't know if it's a he or a she that did it. But it seems really good. I'm taking like a little break from talking so much. Apologies, because I have this sinus thing where if I talk a lot, I get some weird sinus issue. It's strange. Because I don't talk all the time when I do the reactions. and when I do radio, it kind of works, but it plays up when I do live streams, which doesn't help. The Thing actor was a magician. Well, the original Thing actor or the new one? Wait, the Thing actor. Also, what are your guys' opinions on TikTok? Because personally, I can't stand TikTok for dances and stuff. Yeah, not that side of it, but I'm thinking of for using TikTok to find out about films and to find out information about, like that thing with the Thing hand actor, that kind of thing. I've seen a video about that. That was on there, and yeah, posting things to TikTok is just a pain. So I've not been posting to TikTok. That was where I was trying to go with that. Is I've kind of left that by the wayside, but I will be posting back there again, just as a thing, so that I'm posting somewhere else. But I'm then also meant to be doing more of the YouTube shorts, but I just haven't. And I keep meaning to do it, but I'm terrible at it. The Thing actor, and it came out with The Thing, the film. The Thing Wednesday actor. Victor Dorobantu, 25-year-old Romanian magician. That is amazing. Illusionist and guitarist who's never acted before. Mind you, it's only a hand, but there's a lot of things, a lot of movements and gestures that can mean certain things with a hand. Well done. Supple hand movements. That is such a weird saying to have put on there. Immediately impressed the Wednesday team with supple hand movements and intuitive ability to inhabit the classic Addams Family character. Supple. The new one. Yes. A film I really like is Those Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines. Is it that one? Because that's one I've not seen either. Message retracted. Was that because you've deleted it, or was that because it was a link? Because I have a feeling it deletes links. That was to you, Martin, sorry. Let me just... Yeah, I think it's Those Magnificent Men in Their Amazing Flying Machines, from what I remember about the... Yeah, it was. Oh, in their flying machines, not in their amazing. But it's a bit niche. Well, it depends on what you mean niche, because I love really strange things, which obviously I've not shown on the channel before, but I like things like Monty Python, for instance, or I'm thinking of Ending Things, which, if you've not seen it, is a brilliant but very weird film. And there was a film that I was thinking of, or a show that I was thinking of, that reminds me of it. What was it? The one I reacted to, or the trailer I reacted to, the Beau is Afraid. It's very... I'm thinking of Ending Things. I watched the Netflix's Strays trailer. I expected animals. I was pleasantly surprised. Yeah. It threw me, because I didn't know what it was about. But it looked interesting from the picture. So I clicked on it and watched it, because it was on after watching the Hello Tomorrow trailer. And I thought, I'll check it out, see what it's like. And I think it said thriller or something. And I like thrillers. So yeah, watched it. It's amazing. And it's very, if you've not seen it, it's very Get Out, which is Jordan Peele. And Jordan Peele is amazing. Oh, another one I've not seen, which I was meant to go and see, but never had a chance to. Nope. And that was one that I was meant to bring to the channel as well. Martin says, yeah, that was me. I pressed send by mistake. It's alright, mate. It's okay. That's me, usually. I'll go to post them and you'll see that a lot of my community posts, if Twitter had an option to edit, then I would have edited on there as well. But yeah, my plan was I type something in on the community page, and then I'll have to edit it. Same with comments, I'll have to usually edit it and stuff. You missed Nope as well. It looks incredible from the trailer. And I love that weird, that weird kind of film. I don't know if it's horror, but it's odd, and it looks really cool. And I love his films normally, so I'm gonna have to check it out, and I'll watch it for the channel at some point. It is on the list of things to watch. There are some great flying sequences and cinematography, a good cast and humour. In those magnificent men and their flying machines. Yeah, I don't know. Let me have a look and see what it is, because Booby booby boo boo booby doo boo. Oh, Terry Thomas is in it. I like Terry Thomas. Ah, yes. Wonderful. Yeah, that was one that I have seen the poster for before, and the DVD cover, but I've never seen the film. Kind of reminds me of, maybe it was based on it, but it kind of reminds me of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. A little bit. Especially for the fact that I think he lives in a windmill. Wasn't there a windmill in... I think there's a windmill in, what's it called? In the other thing as well. Have we talked about Dune? No. So I have seen number 1. And I remember going to see... So that was... Oh, I tell a lie. I think I said that the only film I've seen other than Avatar 2 in the cinema in IMAX was Bond Spectre, I think. But I have a feeling I saw Dune in IMAX as well. I think. I remember seeing it and I was blown away. I saw it twice, I think it was. That beginning, you know, that opening, that stunning. The soundtrack for that, I love Hans Zimmer. Such an incredible guy, and the work that he did for that soundtrack. Do you know that he didn't just bring out one soundtrack, he brought out like 3, I think it was. He overdid it. I wish I saw Dune in IMAX. Yeah, I mean, I want to watch it again. I've got it on VR, so it's not a 3D film, but I've got it for my VR headset, so I can watch it in the theatre on that, because it is kind of like watching it in IMAX. So that is my plan at some point, is to rewatch that on the VR, not on the channel. But I did for my other channel that I've got, which it's linked to this channel, but let me see if I've got a link to it, because I did a cinematography video. So because I edit trailers, and because I edit not just my own fan trailers, which are professionally edited, they're not just me chucking a load of effects or something on a trailer and going, there you go, I've made a trailer, which is what a fair few people do on CapCut and things. It's me professionally trying to re-edit a trailer, or re-edit a film into being a trailer, like I did some for Stranger Things. But I did one for the channel. There was a cinematography video for Dune. Just finding it. Dune. No, that was it. Did it get wiped, or is it available still? Oh no, it worked. It worked. It might work for you guys. It might not. I'm gonna try and post it. But I also did a Dune perfume ad where I made a perfume ad out of Dune because I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Because there's a lot of shots in it that remind me of perfume ads. This is the cinematography video I did. Ah, hello Ponjo. Yeah, missing episodes of Doctor Who. I have currently watched, so I haven't edited them yet, but I've currently watched up to the end of Marco Polo. So I've watched all of the missing episodes of Marco Polo as the still, what are they called? I'm so sorry, I've forgotten the names of them. You know, the stills, but it's the loose cannon ones. There is a name for them, cine stills or something. I'm useless to the name. But yeah, I've reacted to the Marco Polo episodes as those. They're not the colour ones, they're the LC37 ones. So I'm hoping that helps. Dread Carl Urban was supposed to be awesome in 3D. Really? I think I saw Dread years ago. Yeah, I did. I watched Dread years ago, but didn't know that was ever a 3D film. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't one that I remember. I just kind of remember it vaguely. And I remember when I first saw Cyberpunk 2077, is it called? That reminded me, for some reason, of Dread quite a lot. I think it's because of the cyberpunk-esque feel to it. But yes, with the missing episodes of Doctor Who, I'm not planning on watching the animations of them. I'm planning on watching the still things. Doctor Who. I'm looking up the name. Basically, the recreations. But there is a name for it. Telesnap. The Telesnap reconstructions. That's my plan. If that's any help. Which episodes are you thinking of? Because as in the missing episodes, which episodes are you thinking of? It's taking a little while to do the episodes, to get the episodes out, so apologies, but yes. Those perfume ads that I was saying about. So I did a Timothy Chalamet, and then I also did two. So this is the Dune perfume. You might not be interested in these, so apologies. But if you're interested, you can check these out as well. I think that was it. Did that work? Yeah, it did. Oh no, that's an image of that. Sorry. Delete that. You might hear music. I'll try and exit off before it gets the music, because I don't want to be banned or something. So this is the Dune perfume ad. Obviously, because I'm an editor, that's why I had the file, the Dune file, and was like, you know what? I'm going to make this. And then I also did one for Timothy Chalamet as Dior Dune, the perfume that came out, the aftershave that came out years ago. So I did like a men's one, Dune men's edition. Thank you, John. Again, you can check out my videos that are on there. Like I've done a It's not on there, actually. Annoyingly, it's not on there. But I did a trailer for 1917, and it got pulled. And it really upset me that it got pulled off of there. But on my website, it's been linked because it's also on my Vimeo. If I can find it, I'll... Is that the one? Or has someone reposted that? No. I thought someone had reposted my video for a second. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll entertain you with my my waffle. My that sounds weird. My my talking waffles. Yeah, if you want a comprehensive list of all of my YouTube trailers, there is a playlist that I've attached to this channel, I think, as well. But my website does show more on here. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's the website link for the trailers, for the trailer editing, and it gives you kind of like, there's an Inception one that I did where I took the music from annoyingly, but like the algorithm is terrible because it doesn't show the trailers to anyone. But I did the Netflix show You. I did a trailer to that. Like I re-edited the trailer, and I loved doing that. That was really good. I redid the Inception trailer, but I did it to the music. How I make the trailers is I literally break the entire thing down to shots. No music, no nothing. Just the shots of what I want to use, usually from the film, not from the trailers. And then I isolate audios, I grab Foley, I grab the music that I want to use, and I just basically make an entire trailer. I don't grab anything from... I don't rip scenes from trailers, if that makes sense. But yeah, you guys might not be interested in it, so apologies, but yeah. So if you're interested in trailers and stuff, and I made my own concept trailer for a fake film, and there was a few people that thought it was a real thing, and I'm going, it's not real, I'm so sorry, it's not real. And it was called Money, I think. It was based off of... What was it based off of? The Ozark. It was based off of Ozark, because I love the TV show Ozark. So this was Money trailer. I'll post it here in case you want to see it, but it was all fake, made of entirely like copyright free footage, etc., and licensed work that I put together. But yeah, I think it was just playing some music off of my show reel, so apologies. But yeah, so I do trailers quite a lot as well. Well, I used to, not so much anymore. I've stopped doing them because mainly because I do this channel now. I've just kind of stopped doing it. All right, Martin, no worries. You've got to go. Not a problemo. That's fine. I probably should come off sometime soon anyway, because I promised myself that I wouldn't be on for too long tonight. Because last time I did a stream, I was on for 4 hours. And I loved being on for 4 hours, but I think people kind of petered off around 2 to 3 hours because people don't want to, sit and chat about film for that long, probably. You're very welcome. I'm really glad you enjoyed it, and take care. And I'll see you round 2, hopefully. Pardon me. I was going to say, have an amazing day, no matter what you're doing. There was something else I was going to say. Yeah, just enjoy it. I don't know if it's the daytime or if it's the nighttime for you, but enjoy it, whatever you're doing. Dee. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's loads on there in case you want to check them out. But yeah, there was I did like this was it. This was the... It's probably easy. You might be able to find it yourself quicker. On my... Oh, did I take it down? I might need to re-enable it. So I think the 1917 trailer... Yeah, the version I've got on the website is the wrong version. It's the YouTube version, but I meant to post the Vimeo link. But I'm a numpty and I didn't. But I also redid like the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, all of this other stuff. But anyway, that's that. You want to get lunch? You're very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you again sometime soon, John. It was lovely to chat with you too. Take care, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the stream now, guys, because it's the easiest time for me. It's just gone 8, and it means I can give time to wind down, and I can work on the next couple of edits. So yes, thank you so much for joining me. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and I will see you next month. Well, you'll see me in video edits in between now and then. And yeah, if you haven't already, check out the Patreon page for full reactions over there, and potentially some specific lives on there as well. I don't know yet as to when or where, but maybe on there too. Alright, take care, guys. Thank you very much, and if anyone is still watching then have a lovely day. Bye bye. Dee 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 dee.